my humble abode. I'm Alexander Dumas. I'm a writer by profession. It's cozy, a bit messy, but I'll clean that up later. I'm sure you. There are exits in the back and to the sides, and in case of emergency, we would ask you to find your way to one of these exits. However, in the case of no emergency, we would ask you, please, remain in your seats throughout the course of the play, or at least until the 15-minute intermission, where we'll be serving concessions in the other room. These stories involve lots of action with swords, and axes, and guns. We want to take this moment to assure you that our actors are professionally trained to stab each other to death on stage. Please, do not worry. All we ask from you is to enjoy the play, be it by laughing when it is funny, crying when it is sad, booing the villains, cheering the heroes, or applauding to recognize the characters. Please, enjoy the play as we come together to worship God as we perform the Three Musketeers. Which reminds me, I have to get right in. Would you please stop that racket? I can't think.
Monsieur Dumas,
Yes?
there's a gentleman here to see you. Monsieur Rochefort of the Sickle.
Oh no.
Alexander, good afternoon. And how are we progressing, dare I ask?
Oh, wonderfully, Monsieur Rochefort. Wonderfully. I think you will be very pleased. The Musketeers will be an enormous success for your newspaper.
Oh yes, Alexander, I'm sure it is going to be such a success. However, monsieur, the first episode is a month overdue, and I yet to see anything to date. We go to press in a week, you understand?
Oh, it's all here. It's all up here, Monsieur. A simple act of transcribing the story to paper. If I could have an additional few more days...
No, monsieur, I cannot give you an additional few days.
But...
You have agreed to write material for my newspaper, Le Secret. It is to be a romance, an adventure concerning a band of musketeers, and the first chapter, monsieur, is overdue.
I know that. You see, I seem to be having some slight trouble. I have the story. I know the story. My collaborator, Auguste Marquette, had an extraordinary plot based upon a fascinating document, the Memoirs of Monsieur D'Artagnan, which I found over at the library. But I seem to be having some slight trouble placing it on paper. If I could have just an extra 2 weeks...
No, monsieur, you will not have an additional 2 weeks.
Well, I can't work under such conditions. I demand...
No, monsieur, it is I who demand. Or perhaps you would wish to return the sums of money that you have been advanced.
But sir, I have such expenses. I have such debts. I have no money.
Good. In that case, you will be good enough to provide me with the first episode of your Musketeers' tale at this time tomorrow. Is that in any way unclear?
No.
And, what is this?
It's a carousel.
Oh, your inspiration.
No.
Oh, perhaps it should be. Observe, it spins endlessly around, and yet, much like yourself, goes nowhere. The first episode, monsieur, this time tomorrow. Is this yours as well?
No. It's a rocking horse. It's my daughter's.
Of a color unknown to nature. Good afternoon, Alexander.
I do. The night was dark. Thunder rumbled in the distance. Lightning lightning struck low across the horizon, and curse that Rochford. The dawn broke in all silver splendor across the
Your inspiration of a color unknown to nature.
On the first Monday of April, 1625, the market town of Mew was in a wild state of excitement. And that excitement, at that time, panic were frequent. Noblemen were at war with one another. The king was at war with the cardinal, Spain was at war with the king. So, from sheer force of habit, on this bright April morning, the citizens rushed about, preparing for battle. A young man, of striking appearance, standing at the main gate. D'Artagnan was his name. He reminded me once of Don Quixote, that Spanish hero of romance. His horse was quite ridiculous enough to fill the role of Rosinante. It was his horse indeed that first attracted the attention of the crowd. It was an ancient Bernesian cob with an extraordinarily unusual color, the sight of which had caused quite a sensation that reflected badly on his rider.
Giuseppe, Bicarette, tell me, is the horse I see actually orange, or have I had a drop too much of sun and cheap wine?
It certainly is orange. But is it a horse?
Oh, it's a cow, perhaps, in disguise.
You, sir, what are you laughing at?
Can he really be talking to me?
You see, whenever I see a man laughing, I always like to tell the joke so that I can laugh as well.
I was not talking to you, boy.
No, sir, no, you were not. But I was talking to you.
Your horse, monsieur, it is an outstanding color, if it is a horse.
Quite a common shape for a flower.
A buttercup.
But very rare in horses.
Sir, when you laugh at my horse, you insult my family.
Understand something, boy. I do not laugh often. No doubt, as you can tell, by my appearance. But I will laugh whenever it suits me.
And I will not have anyone laugh when it does not suit me.
Oh. Dear me, I do apologize for having insulted your mother there.
Sir, you turn and face me. Turn or I'll run you through the back.
Oh! 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 How amusing. Put him on the cow and be rid of him.
Not before I've killed you, you coward!
My father's gaskets are returned! Now, shall we try this again? Oh dear, he's unconscious. Innkeeper! Innkeeper!
Yes?
Tell Lady De Winter to hurry. The cardinal is impatient.
Yes, sir.
Oh, back to business. How is our young Gaston?
He's quite common now.
My lord, he carries a letter from Monsieur de Treville, captain of the King's Musketeers.
Treville. Huh. This proves to be more interesting than I had expected.
Oh, you've had a little quarrel, I suppose. suppose you covered yourself in glory.
Oh, please, against this puppy. But lady, we must be off to Paris. The cardinal is anxious for your arrival.
What, before you put the rude young puppy in his place?
It's this rude young puppy is going to put you in your place.
Milady, please, may I escort you to your carriage?
But of course, my chevalier.
Hey! What about my bill?
Our young Gaston will pay it.
Cowards! Cowards! They ran from me. But tell me, who? Who was that woman? The lady.
Monsieur de Treville, captain of his king's musketeers, had in point of fact started life much as D'Artagnan had, which is to say penniless, but with a fund of quick wit, loyalty and assurance, and over time elevated into a lofty rank. So, Louis XIII had made him captain of his king's musketeers, the king's personal bodyguard. Cardinal Richelieu, the king's primary rival in power, and prime minister, was not to be outdone in respect and was determined to have his guards well. It was these two forces that confronted each other at every opportunity, be it in the streets, taverns, or the harbors. It was on the day that D'Artagnan had arrived. Monsieur de Treville's anteroom was an impressive sight. It was with a thumping heart that D'Artagnan advanced into the crowded chaos.
You, boy, what do you want here?
This is no place for farm boys. The market is across the square.
I have come to see Monsieur de Treville.
Oh, you have you?
Yes, I carry a letter of introduction from my father. But lost it. It was stolen from me.
Wait here.
It's true, I tell you, the very latest fashion. It's silly, I know, but it is the fashion, and one must conform.
Yes, one must conform when one's mistress insists that you wear her gifts. One's noble, wealthy, married mistress.
I swear I bought it myself. 12 pistols it cost me. Right, Aramis?
Benitez, let me take it, Porthos.
See, spoken like a priest. What did you say?
So, Aramis, when is it you're to be ordained?
It will not be long, gentlemen. I have begun to concentrate on my studies. Aramis is waiting for one thing before he puts on the cassock.
What is that?
For the queen to produce an heir. He might be asked to help.
Come now, gentlemen, no joking about that.
I've heard the Duke of Buckingham is a prince. So I'm afraid he's first in line to kiss those spicy ruby lips and gaze into the eyes of Vienna.
Aramis?
Oh, I'm sorry, Porthos. I do apologize. What part of that guide did you not understand? The reference to our Spanish-born queen or her Austrian title?
Aramis, that wasn't witty. Joke about the king all you want, but the queen is another matter.
Are you by any chance trying to teach me manners, Porthos?
Be a priest or be a musketeer, but not both at the same time.
Porthos, you are an idiot. I'll be a priest when I'm ready, but at present I am a musketeer and I'll say what I like. And right now, I feel like saying you irritate me.
Aramis?
Porthos.
Monsieur de Treville, see Monsieur d'Artagnan.
Monsieur D'Artagnan, a moment, if you please. Athos! Porthos, Aramis! Do you know what the king said to me last night?
No, sir.
But we'd be much obliged if you could tell us, sir.
He said he would recruit his musketeers from the cardinal's guard.
The Cardinal's Guard? Why on earth?
It would seem a band of musketeers were brawling at the inn, and the Cardinal's Guard arrested them. Aramis! Why did I give you a uniform when I really wanted with a cassock? And Porthos! Porthos, you vain peacock! And Athos! Athos? Where is Athos? Why isn't he here?
Athos is ill, sir. He's very ill.
Oh, what's wrong with him?
Smallpox.
Smallpox. Small measles.
Very small, sir. Nothing to worry about.
At his age? Do numbskull, do you mean he's injured? Now look, I won't have it. 3 of the king's musketeers being arrested by 2 of the Cardinal's Guard. That's the end of it. I shall offer my resignation to the king, and by God, I'll take up holy orders.
Did you say 2 of the Cardinal's Guard? There were 6. They ambushed us, and before we even had time to draw, they had wounded Athos.
And I did run one of them through, sir.
And I another.
And Athos wounded a third.
Well, my lads, perhaps the Cardinal exaggerated.
You summoned for me, sir.
Yes, Athos. I was just telling these gentlemen that I will not have the king's musketeers risking their lives unnecessarily. The king knows his musketeers are the bravest in the world. Athos, give me your hands. Good man. Oh, sorry. Really, I am. Call the doctor. Call the king's doctor. Yes. Sorry. Really, I am. Oh, D'Artagnan, forgive me. Forgive me, my fellow Gascon. You see how it is. The soldiers are really mere children. But it is my duty to see that the king's orders are carried out. Come this way. Your father was a dear friend of mine. What can I do you for?
Sir, I have come here hoping that you would take me into the Musketeers. I live only for that honor.
It is an honor, all right. But His Majesty has made a strict ruling on the point. No man may join the King's Musketeers until he has distinguished himself in a campaign or proven himself in a regiment less select than our own. I can make increase for you, play with cadets somewhere. Would that do?
Whatever you suggest, sir.
Good lad. At present, I can do no more. But I will always be pleased to see you here.
You won't have to wait long until I've proved myself.
No doubt, no doubt. But you will find Paris to be a bit different from our native Gascony. Just the other day I was...
Hey, who's that man?
That man? Oh, that's the Comte de Rochefort, the Cardinal's agent. A very dangerous man.
He won't escape me now.
Who won't escape you?
The man from you!
Fellow madman.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry. I'm running after somebody.
You say I'm sorry. You say you're running after someone, and you think that's enough.
But I did apologize, and after all, it was an accident. Now, I'm in a great hurry. If you let me go.
Your manners are bad, sir. Someone needs to teach you a lesson in etiquette.
And I suppose you want to instruct me?
If you insist.
When?
Noon.
Where?
The Carmeline Convent.